If you grew up as the scapegoat child, which I did, you need to hear this. It was never you. It was always them. You were never the problem. Hi, my name is Michelle Paradise, and welcome to my channel. I'm a trauma-informed therapist with 20 years experience, and I bring together evidence-based information with my own personal experiences to help you navigate one of the most important relationships in your life, which is the one with yourself. So let's get started. You were never the problem. You were simply the one that refused to shrink, refused to accept their lies, and they needed a target. And guess what? They picked you. But today, you stop playing that role. Today, we talk about breaking free, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually breaking free. So what are we going to learn in this video? We're going to learn why you were scapegoated. Spoiler alert, it had nothing to do with you. We're going to learn how to break free from the emotional chains, and we're going to learn how to step into your true power and rewrite your identity. If this hits home, then press like and subscribe, and let's get started. So why were you the scapegoat? Let's get one thing straight. You weren't the scapegoat because you were too much, which so many people think. I certainly did. You were scapegoated because you saw too much. Very different thing. Narcissistic and dysfunctional families need a villain. They project their shame onto one person so the rest of the family can avoid looking at the real problem. So it's a distraction technique. If you were the truth teller, the sensitive one, the one who refused to conform, you were the biggest threat. All of those were me. I was the truth teller for sure. I was the sensitive one for sure. And I pushed back. I didn't just accept what I was told to do. Not from when I was a little child, but even then I was quite stubborn and I questioned a lot. We're made to believe that we're difficult, we're selfish, and that we're the problem. But in reality, you were the strongest one in the room, and that you can be sure of. You were not the family failure, you were the family truth. Drop a light bulb in the comments if you feel like you were punished for seeing the truth. So how can you break free from these emotional chains? I'm going to give you some steps. So step one is stop seeking their approval, because that's what they want. It keeps you connected to them. Stop seeking their approval. I know this one stings, but you need to hear it. Say that again. I know this one stings, but you need to hear it. You will never get the apology, the validation, or the love that you deserved from them. It will never come. So stop going to the well that is dry. Scapegoats chase approval. Gosh, this is me. When my father was dead, he was still in my head. He was still the person I wanted approval from, because we've been conditioned to believe that we need to prove that we're good enough. But the family's entire survival depends on keeping you as the villain. Waiting for them to change is like waiting for a narcissist to admit that they were wrong. It's never, ever going to happen. So here's a tip for you. I want you to write yourself a letter saying all the things that you wish they had said when you were a child. Say everything, put it all there as if it's coming from them. Then burn it, because closure isn't given, it's taken. Step two, break free from the mental prison. The real escape isn't just leaving them behind, it's evicting them from your brain, because they're living there rent-free. You've been programmed to think, I'm not good enough. I need to over-explain. Oh gosh, that is so me. I still catch myself doing it to this day. And I must prove that I'm worthy. This has haunted me most of my life and given me great stress and anxiety, and it's not great. So reprogramming the mind, what does that look like? Every time you catch yourself self-blaming, stop. Awareness is everything. It's the first step to healing. Then ask yourself, whose voice is this? If it's theirs, remove it, put it outside of your mind. Great little tip, give it a life. Think of an animal that it represents, a dog, a cat, a lion, a horse, a seal, and give it a name, especially a name that makes you smile. And when that voice comes into your head, it's now an animal with a life outside of your head, outside of your mind, and then you can talk to it. You can tell it what to do. Shut up. I'll get back to you later. I'll see you at 6 o'clock today and we can talk about it. Okay? This gives you agency and control over your brain being hijacked all the time. Replace it with, I am not responsible for their dysfunction. You're not. They came into your life and you came into their life with their trauma wounds that they have not worked on, they have not healed. Next tip, every time a negative belief pops up, another tip, every time a negative belief pops up, say this out loud. That's not my voice. That's their conditioning and I reject it. And you can put it onto that animal, call it by name, and say that to that animal because it makes it even more tangible. Step 3, brutal boundaries. They are brutal. Not all boundaries are brutal, but when you're dealing with a narcissist that's turned you into a scapegoat, you gotta get fierce here. So when you stop playing the scapegoat, they will try to pull you back in. So expect that for sure. They will guilt you with phrases like, you're so selfish. They will bait you with things like, after everything we've done for you, this is how you treat us. Don't fall for it. They will test your boundaries. So now you think you're better than us? So here's the move that you want to make. You know about gray rocking, I'm sure. No reaction, no reaction, no emotional energy, flat responses. Yes, no, okay, I'll think about it, things like that. Low or no contact. Yes, even if they're family, because blood is not thicker than water, no one has the right to emotionally abuse you, no matter who they are. Protect your peace as if your life depends on it, because it does. Another tangible tip, practice boundary scripts. Here's a good one. I'm no longer available for this conversation. And that's it. And if you have to say it 3 to however many times, you just keep saying it. Don't deviate from it because that's when they get you. Next one you can say is, that doesn't work for me. No explanation. Remember not to over-explain. That will get you caught up in a trap. And another one is, I will not be engaging with this. That's it. No explanation, no apology. Boundaries aren't for their comfort, they're for your survival. Now that we've burned the scapegoat identity to the ground, here's the real question. Who are you when you're no longer the family's punching bag? You are not the black sheep. You are not the problem child. You are not too much. You are the one who broke the cycle. Give yourself permission to build the life that you deserve. One of the top 5 regrets of the dying is, I wish I had lived the life that I wanted to live, not the life that others wanted me to live. So don't get on your deathbed and regret that you haven't lived the life that you deserve. Surround yourself with people who celebrate you, not people who just tolerate you. Rewrite your story. I am not the family scapegoat. Say that again. I am not the family scapegoat. I am my own person and I decide who I become. Another tangible tip. Write a new identity statement and say it out loud every morning. I'm going to give you an example. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am free. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am free. You have been carrying the weight that was never yours to carry. Today you put it down. Today you break free. If this video hit home, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and drop a flame in the comments below if you're done being the scapegoat. Thank you very much for coming on this journey with me today. I hope it's been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Stay safe.